Hello, my friends in Tarot Maniacs. We're off to a spectacular start. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic night before, what is it, New Year's Eve is how we say that. We are kind of getting our ducks in a row, and I thought I would try out, this is actually a beta excursion here for how I'm going to do the reading rooms in the future. So if you're new here, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years, over 3 decades. And this is the new tarot reading room that I'll be doing. In this session, I will answer personal tarot questions live on air. This is a paid reading room for the general audience. If you would like a personal reading, you can either order one through Hypsee, or you can do a YouTube super chat or super sticker, and I'll answer it during the live. I'm not doing any free readings tonight. So all booking links are going to be in the description below and pinned in the comment above. And Hypsee will also drop the link in periodically, as will my amazing mods. And I'm just putting my filter on so that I'm not scaring people on New Year's Eve. So before we jump into this, I do want to applaud my mods. I had a lot of new mods come on this year, and I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier. You guys are fantastic. Everything is going great. We have very few trolls in the chat. And for today, what I have done is I have not put on the vertical stream. I think I'm going to be toggling back and forth between the two of those. So I just think it's a little bit easier for the mods. I just want to, I see you there, Denise. I think it's going to be a little bit easier for the mods. I think it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to find the stream. So moving forward for 2026, I may do vertical streams sometimes, and the portrait streams at other times. So intentions for 2026 is Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. 4 o'clock seems to be the perfect time for the US. My number one mod over there on the West Coast, England and Australia. Seems to be the perfect time. I'm hoping that it's the perfect time. So that being said, we'll do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on other days, I will do the new 1, 2, 3 system that I do, where I do a premiere. And this is going to be Mixtape Monday too, guys. We'll do the premiere. And then we're going to go into a live where I'm going to answer any questions that maybe came up for you guys on the topic. And then I'll go right into open hours on Hypsee for a few hours in case anyone wants to come in and get a private reading for themselves. So that being said, Trevor Colt says he can read me like a book. Your namesake was being a little naughty. I did a short of him. He was trying to get into my homemade marshmallows. The cat eats anything. Trevor Cat MC eats anything. I have figured that out. And he is just bold and beautiful and fantastic. And he sleeps on his back. I go figure that out. He's a crazy cat. But those of you that are new, I named my cat after Trevor because they're both gingers. My cat is very brave, like Trevor Colt. So welcome to the fray, friend. So let's see what's in the chat. Dave Murphy is coming up on New Year's. Dave Murphy's on the other side of the planet. He is going to be having a happy New Year. Mods, just do me a favor. I know I've got Trevor in here. Can someone drop Trevor's uncensored hypocrisy link? Also give Cindy a link. We're trying to get her to 1,000. I think she's just over 800 right now. And Denise, who is real busy buying subs over there. I'm kidding. She's not buying subs. Denise is one of the fastest growing channels I've ever seen. She went from under 1,000 to 7,000. She is right behind me like that in a hot minute. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. So give them a little bit of support. Denise already dropped a question. That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Denise. How does 2026 look for our YouTube community of friends? Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to make this a nice view. I appreciate you supporting the channel. One of the reasons why I'm doing the paid reading room, guys, is because this is my vocation. This is what I do all day, every day. And it is a job. I mean, some people, I just bought 300 more subs. Good for you, Denise. So a lot of people, they have their YouTube channels and it's fun and recreation. Trevor's one. He just like started his channel just for fun, and he's wildly successful on both of his channels. But mine is actually a part of my business. When I started the channel, I was working full time at one of the largest brokerages in the United States. Hi, Penny D. Penny, I texted you yesterday and I didn't hear from you, but we'll coordinate a little bit later. So Penny, for the record, Penny called me. I couldn't talk to her. I said, I'll text you when I'm back home. And it's not, it was me blowing Penny off. Penny's wonderful. So this is my business. Like this is my income. And I need to be a little bit more strategic about what I'm doing here. And, some people may have some opinions about that. And I think some of you may, maybe a little bit of an adjustment, but that's okay. I will do free readings every now and then. So just sit tight, my little lamb chops. So hi, Karen. Oh, good. You subbed to Cindy. That's fantastic. The main point of this is that we all get together, we chat in the comments. If there are no requests up, I will go ahead and just start pulling questions myself. Dave, thank you for dropping those links. I appreciate it. Mods who are dropping links, I appreciate it. Denise, you can always feel free to drop your link. I feel weird about that. Like I don't know, there's like weird YouTube etiquette or something. Oh no, Merck, this is just part of my new business plan. I work with my dad and a few other resources on my business plan, always trying to make things a little bit better and not have to get another corporate job. That is my main goal for life in general. So how does 2026 look for our YouTube community? So I can't really do, actually, I don't know if I could do how do I say it, Greg? Pythagorean. I say it wrong. I always say it wrong. Pythagorean numerology. I could do it on Megxit community. But I don't know if it's going to work. But let's see how our little community is going to do. Justice in reverse. So what does that tell me? That tells me that it's a bit of an uphill battle. And you know what? That's okay. That is okay. Hang on there, Merck. I see what's going on. I'll take a peek at that. Don't you worry. So justice in reverse means that there's not going to be a simple tied up outcome. We're not going to see this tied up with a bow and tra-la-la, we all go into our own place. The Seven of Wands, we're going to continue to have ebb and flow. We're going to continue to see, sparks flying and things happening. But what can we do? Samantha, it is great to see you. Another one of my favorite people in the world. What can we do to improve the climate, improve the milieu? Three of Cups. I love the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, there's a fabulous really, really talented tarot practitioner. Her name's Melissa Sinova. She wrote the book Kitchen Table Tarot. She also wrote Kitchen Table Magic, and she has a couple other kitchen table books. It's one of the most practical books on learning how to understand the tarot cards themselves. And it's really, she's incredibly talented. She very rarely opens up for readings. I always miss the window. She has a very, very high price point. And like if she reads for you for 10 minutes, that's it. If she reads for you for 2 hours, that's it. It's like there's a really wild ride that you go on with her. I've never gotten a reading from her. I would love to. But what she describes the Three of Cups as, she describes this as the tribe card. And I love that. I am one of those fortunate people that I forged very, very good sisterhoods with all of my girlfriends that I grew up with. My girlfriend, Kathy, the world's loudest librarian, I have been friends with her since I was in kindergarten. We went to kindergarten together. I've known her since I was 5 years old, and she has always been loud, and she has always been bold and fabulous. My girlfriend, Kay, my Kay the Greek, Kay, I have known since we were in grade school, a little bit older. She was a year older than me. But we were cheerleaders together. So we were throwing each other in the air and holding each other up and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I put my life in her hands when I was younger, and I continue to put my life in her hands all the time. I love her, I adore her. So the Three of Cups is that kind of sisterhood. It's that kind of confederacy. I said that for you over there, Denise, confederacy. So it's a confederacy of really kind of standing up for each other. The whole business of straightening another queen's crown without her saying it. Cynthia Eriva's kind of ruined that for all of us, in my opinion. She, with all the fussing she does over Ariana Grande. But these, and I don't want to limit this to just sisterhood. This is brotherhood as well with that Three of Cups. Staying together and always wanting the best for each other. And I made a joke earlier about Denise, and I said, Denise is buying subs. She's not buying subs. She's absolutely not. She's charming. She's genuine. And that I think is really what brings people in to channels very strongly. I agree, Cindy. Cynthia Eriva's fussing is over the top. It's way over the top. But when you step to the table with a genuine intent and genuine personality, you're going to attract things like that. The book The Secret always talks about attracting, putting out there, being grateful for things, then you attract more of it to you. Gratitude is where it starts. And I think that all of us in our YouTube community are so grateful. Like I really do have a nice community here. The people that I have met, many of you have actually become friends in real life. And I love that. It's such a nice place to go. And Cindy did a fantastic live before about narcissism and some tools if you have a narcissist in your life. And sticking together and being a support in a very positive way. We can all sit and kvetch together. We can, oh, thank you, Cindy. We can all sit here and kvetch. I can get on the phone and complain with any of my girlfriends, right, Greg? Any of my girlfriends, I can get on the phone and complain about a late appointment, getting stuck in traffic, my car smells. I can do that all day long. But when you turn that around and you start to really emphasize and focus on the positive things, Denise's amazing growth over the last week has been the result of people that genuinely got behind her and said, Zeph, and said, this is someone that is putting out information that you can trust. This is someone that comes to the table with a genuine personality. You can sit down. It's just like sitting down at her table and having a cup of tea with her. And that was something that I wanted to do with my channel. I really want, when I work with my clients, when I work with you guys here on lives and things like that, I want it to be like you're just kind of sitting in my kitchen. This is a peek into my life. That's actually something I'm doing different. I didn't intend to talk about this, but moving forward, my Instagram is going to be more about lifestyle and things that I do in my house, things that I do in my life to change energetics around me and around my family. And I think my TikTok, which I'm really not involved in as of yet, I'm kind of dipping my toe in. I think my TikTok is going to be all of my teaching. Teaching tarot, teaching, other divination, things like that. So I think that's how I'm going to spread myself. So I'm not spreading myself too thin, and I'm not copying content from one platform to another. I really believe that YouTube is a place where we can come and we can share our opinion. God bless that First Amendment. We can come and share our opinion. UK, you're coming right along with us. We're taking our cousins with us. Everybody's going to be able to say what they want. And I do think that there are a lot of people out there that need platforms like this. That, so much reliance was put on community platforms like this, Facebook, Instagram, over the pandemic. But I feel so blessed. Greg and I both feel, Greg's gaming right next to me. Greg and I feel so blessed that we have a friend in Northern Ireland. We have friends in Mississippi. We have friends in Australia. We have friends on the West Coast. We have friends in
low places.
Did you say low places? Greg said low places, but it's not low places. It's wonderful places. And would I have happened across Samantha's path at some point? Maybe not. I don't have any plans to go to Northern Ireland, so I would not have met her. Texas Kate Kat, I could have met you because I love Texas. I love deep in the heart of Texas. So low places in the high desert. You got that right, Zeph. You got that right. So I think that our connection, I think our sister and brotherhood here is going to be our strength. What should we watch out for? The Magician. The Magician. So what is the Magician? I love the Magician. The Magician is the ethereal dad that pushes the fool out into the physical world. Him and the High Priestess do that in the major arcana. But the Magician is slick, and he is often self-influenced. Self-interested. The Magician does have a little bit of egomania. I do describe him as Gomez Adams in the TV series, in the black and white TV series, because he is very flirty. He can be a little bit much, but he's never going to cheat on Morticia. He's always she's going to be his ride or die. He's always going to defer to her. Hi, Ian. It's good to see you here. So, he's not a cheater, but he is self-interested. He is interested in gaining the most for himself. So if we run into any issues, what is the best course of action? The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is seats of power. And I don't mean we have to defer to some, supreme YouTube overlord, because there is one out there apparently, paying everybody's, bankrolling everybody. There is no YouTube overlord who's doing that. But I think if we stick to the highest conduct, I'm one for good manners. This is Yorkshire Red, guys. It's so delicious. I am one for good manners. I have a collection of etiquette books because I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by etiquette and protocol, like C3PO. And I actually toyed with another individual. We were going to do she was a subscriber. We were going to do an online etiquette, YouTube etiquette. One of the cool things when I was in high school, I graduated with less than 100 kids. I went to a public school, and they had an event where they told us we all had to go, and it was part of graduation, and we went in to the gym, and what we were greeted with was a banquet table and a couple of little areas that were set up. One looked like an office, one looked like a little kind of seating area. And they said, we're not sending you out into the world and college without making sure that you know and how to conduct yourselves. We want to turn out a good product. So we got to sit there and we got to eat, a whole meal. Like, they served us French fries and stuff. The one thing they did serve us was asparagus. We had asparagus because asparagus is one of the foods that you can eat with your fingers when you're fine dining. You can, it's an option. But we did the finger bowl and the whole kit and caboodle. We had a lot of silverware and dishes on the table. It was pretty cool. And then we got to learn how to introduce our parents to our professors, how to write thank you notes, all of that. And I mean, some of us had some knowledge of that, but this was super, super important. And I think if we all lean into our best behavior, what we are going to see is that the cream will rise to the top. We're all going to just rise to the top and be authorities. There's, something very important about being a subject matter expert. And that doesn't mean being just an expert in what your channel is about. It doesn't mean being an expert on the information that you're presenting, but also on the platform that you're presenting on. Know the rules, know the regulations. My parents always taught us when we were traveling, know the laws in the place that you go because you are a guest in that country. And I think that the privilege of being able to produce content, talk to people across the planet. I mean, we're literally talking across the planet. Dave's all the way in the future. Dave isn't even in this time zone. It is such a privilege. And I, for one, am really, really grateful for that. And I wanted to live in the future. One of the things that I really thought I was going to see before the end of my life was like a Jetsons kind of house, like up on a stick, up in the sky. You put the dog out on the treadmill and Rosie, the maid comes in and does everything and you push a button and things cook. We don't have that, but we do have this. We do have a Roomba. It barely works. Our Roomba never gets back into the dock. Huh?
Never finds a charging station.
It doesn't find the charging station, but we have this. This is the solution to my Jetsons moment. So, very, very, very cool. So, everybody that's here, thank you so much for being here. I don't know if I'm going to go live tomorrow. It is New Year's. I may try to. But Denise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And then I've got Dave here. Oh, Dave Murphy. So Dave Murphy, you are too much. One of my rules is that my friends get readings for free. Dave Murphy, I am so honored to call you a friend. You were one of the biggest treats that ever came out of YouTube for Greg and I. We both absolutely adore you. Cannot wait to meet you in person. So yeah, Dave's got a little bit of time to go. I keep wishing him Happy New Year, but it's not New Year yet. So Dave, what is your 2026 going to be like? Let's kick it off. Overview. 9 of Wands. So the 9s in tarot, very, very cool. The 9s are completion. We get through a phase. We get through our trials, our tribulations, our battles. And in the 9 of Wands, in the Rider-Waite, it is a soldier who has an injury. He's kind of banged up and he's standing back and guarding the spoils of war. And so why is that such a great card for you to get? this year. And Dave, you know what? We'll talk later and we'll do your numerology. I don't want you to drop any information on here, but we'll do your numerology and we'll see what kind of year you're going into. The 9 of Wands, we're getting out of the battle. We're getting out of the hard stuff. All of the tough work that we did, all the grappling with people is now ending. We're going into a good phase. So what are the best things that you can expect? Page of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. So both in reverse. Now that doesn't mean anything bad. It's not a bad thing. So Page of Pentacles means that you're not rewriting history, not rewriting the rule book, I should say. Finishing out a difficult period doesn't mean throwing out the baby with the bathwater. We can sometimes reorder our world without changing the rules. We can keep our baseline likes, dislikes, and behaviors. Yes, Dave, drop your phone number. Drop us a copy of your passport and home address, all those things. Dave, just for fun, guys. Dave one time accidentally dropped his phone number into a live chat. This is awesome. I didn't see it, but and don't forget your email. Yes, don't forget your email. Mother's maiden name, all that stuff, So we're not necessarily departing from your past. We're not going into a completely new and novel existence. What you're going to do is just drop off some of the difficulty, drop off some of the challenges that maybe you've been experiencing for the first part of your life. So, it doesn't mean we're not departing from people. We're not breaking off relationships, those kinds of things. We are going to stand strong, keep going forward with all of your sensibilities intact. You don't have to reorder anything like that. So what are things that you need to watch out for? Because we always got to look for that. What do we got to watch out for? The Devil in reverse. Devil in reverse is very important. So the Devil is about doing things that feel good, but maybe aren't so good for us. So bad relationships, eating French. I just had French fries. Eating French fries too often, those kinds of things. I want you to be careful about slipping into old habits. I want you to be mindful of that. The battle is behind you. We don't want to go back to the battlefield. Not even if you dropped your wallet. You can get replacements of your credit cards and your ID. Don't worry about that. The $100 you have in there, you can always get that back. So this, I think, we're revising the future. We have a better outlook. What's the best thing that's going to happen this year for you? The best thing. Page of Cups in reverse. I'm going to tell you, and I know this, if new people come into your life, use discretion, but not too much discretion. I want you, if new people come into your life, I want you to ask others, what do you think of this person? What do you think of this? Ask the kids, ask your mom, ask us, I don't want you to miss any amazing opportunities because of your old rule book. I think it's pretty cool. So we'll talk more about that privately because I think you are going to have a very, very interesting 2027 or 2026. I'm already skipping ahead to the next year. So Dave, I appreciate you. Greg and I adore you. We love you. We think you're fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, this one, I'm just going to jump on Mercury and Leo because she did get approved for an apartment. Let's see where those ducks are going. Where are the ducks going? The dude, rescue. So there was the one dude and the rescue. I don't know if you talked to the rescue lady, but get on the phone with her again. Get on the phone with her again. Because I still think 6 of Cups, like she's still there, but I don't know. Did you find out if she was actually sick? Was there Was there a thing? Was she actually sick? I got that weird thing that like somebody in her family had a cold. So, all right, there we go. Your apartment will work after you get it. Okay, great. Great, great, great. That's terrific. All right. And Cindy. I keep thinking I am not going to move out of New Jersey this year. That something will happen that allows me to stay. Lottery. I know I'm going to buy one after this live. So let's see. I'm actually going to switch the deck for you because Cindy, this Housewives Tarot is calling my name. And this is actually a really cute deck. I think you and Denise are going to like this. It comes in a recipe box and it actually has real recipes on the back. Has one for a martini. I think there's one for a chocolate cake. Let me see. Deviled eggs. Deviled eggs. Who doesn't love deviled eggs? I don't like deviled eggs. My husband does. And then there's an icebox fortune cake and a mystical martini. Mystical martini. Who doesn't love a martini? But it is the cutest thing ever. I love it. It's so retro. It's so cute. Whenever I get a deck, I immediately go to like the lovers and the devil because it's actually the same card. The devil is exchanged with an angel. But there are two people in it. There's Adam and Eve in it. Very, very cool. So I always go to that one, but I always want to look at the death card as well. And the death card is salmonella mayonnaise. And the devil card is devil's food cake. So I'll show it to you after we do this reading. So what is going on? With Cindy's move. Eight of Wands. I think you are moving. I do. The Eight of Wands is always fun to teach because it's just a bunch of wands in a field. It's one of the three cards in tarot that does not have a character in it. The Moon card is the other one, and the Three of Swords is the other one. And the message from the Eight of Wands is speed, moving forward, communication. Things are happening. In terms of tarot, when we get to 8, 9, we're working with the velocity that is already in the process. Ace, we get the idea. 2, we partner up with someone to make it happen. 3, we get more contractors on board. 4, we actually bring it into the physical. 5, we're adjusting and it's a little bit chaotic because we're not sure where we are. 6, point of stability. We're refining things, kind of looking around and reviewing. 7, we're making those final adjustments. It's much less chaotic than the 5s. 8, we're sliding into the finish line. We're maybe running to third base, whereas 9 would be getting to home, if that makes sense. So I think that you are moving. What is the energetic fields that you have right now? So this is what's going on. The energy of stagnancy that you're feeling is that rootedness that you have in New Jersey. And there's not anything for you to really do at this moment. So it's not like you're out, house hunting like a lunatic. You're not looking at, properties online. You're not trying to secure a mortgage. There aren't all of these moving parts that other people may have when they're moving. So I think the rootedness is that your to-do list is just not very long. It's just a shorter to-do list than for some other people. I know that you did the renovation on your house. when we do renovations, when we restore a vehicle, when you even restore and clean up a bike or something like that, you're putting so much energy in it. Think about this. It takes, when we're starting a fire, you'll be rubbing two pieces of wood together, creating friction. It creates energy. So I lost my train of thought. I totally got derailed. I don't know how I just got derailed. My brain just went blomp. Oh, Denise says bot farming. I didn't know that. That's awesome. But the kinetic energy that is not there is just that there's not really a to-do list. So I'll remember my train of thought. ADHD, hello. My poor daughter, I keep telling her, ADHD, mommy, give me a break, because she keeps asking me to do things when I'm involved in something. I'm like, I can only do one thing at once. So the kinetic energy absence is what's making you feel adrift. I think it's adrift. Oh, I know where I was going. So when you're rubbing those two sticks together, you're infusing it with energy. You're making things happen. When we clean something, when we repair something, when we build something, we are putting some of ourselves into that. Not to get too bananas here and freak everybody out, but we are all part of the same energy. Everything on this plane of existence, I'm going to go there. Everything on this plane of existence is part of the source energy, part of the God source. Now, the amazing thing is that means we all share a little bit of Prince or David Bowie or Madonna or any of that, Marilyn Monroe. We all have a little bit of that in us. But it also means that we also share energy with the crappy ex that we had, people that have betrayed us, those kinds of things. We're all part of the same thing. So, there has to be dark with light. There has to be, quoting darkness from legend. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you. Yes, we're at 8,100. I did not do a celebration. I think we're going to do it in the new year. Just we got a little bit sidetracked, so we'll do a big celebration. Don't you worry. So with that in mind, your house, Cindy dear, getting back to your house, because you did the renovation, there is a lot of you in there. And sometimes we have to energetically kind of separate from that. Don't do it yet. Wait until you're moving out. I have one client of mine, absolute dear of a girl and gal, and she renovated her house. Her house was, a little banged up when she got it. She renovated, made it a home. And when it came time for her to move on, people were not really looking at the house. They were coming in and leaving real quick. And the house was beautiful. And she couldn't figure out why. And so I did a reading on the house. And I said, that old lady house, it was a little old lady, was kind of the energy from the house. I said, she doesn't want you to leave because you took such good care of her. You made her beautiful again. And I told her, I said, there was like a tomato garden in the backyard along the left side of the garden, the backyard. And I said, there was a tomato garden there. I go, I think she wants that tomato garden to be there again. So just check on that. And she was like, absolutely. I did have a tomato garden there. I did have some kind of garden. Like I can put that back in. And when she had a talk with the house and said, hey, I'm going to find you the perfect family. It's going to be a family house. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be good stuff again. Once she did that, the house sold like that. It was unbelievable. So, when you're ready, we can talk about that. But I think that you are on your way. And I just think you're in a lull right now. What's it going to be like when you move? Hermit in reverse. And there's that death card that I was talking about, the Salmonella death card. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. I hate when I make people cry at my readings. The Hermit in reverse is an absence of knowledge. The Hermit has compiled knowledge and goes off into the distance by himself. It's kind of, again, quoting Melissa Sinova, it's shut up and let me hear myself think. So when the Hermit is in reverse, that's emptying your cup. And that's bringing more information and getting more information and absorbing more information, learning more, but not transforming. So it's kind of a trick that you're going to do in 2026. You're going to dump out your cup, but you're going to not be any different. You're just going to absorb more. So squeeze out the sponge, absorb more, and there's going to be a great adventure ahead of you. And when you are ready, that's when it's going to happen. The move will happen at your direction. So I hope you like that. I think that that's going to be really good. Oh, you're eating an everything bagel. I went out and got, you know what? I don't know if it was this outfit. Thank you so much, Cindy. I don't know if it was my outfit, but the guy at the bagel store, I got the big deal. So he does 13 bagels and then you get 2 kinds of cream cheese. And it's usually like $30 or something like that. And he told me it's after 2 o'clock. I go, it's the same bagel shop I go to all the time. He goes, it's after 2 o'clock. I'm only going to charge you $8 for the bagels. And I was like, oh, really? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to charge you for the cream cheese though. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I said, well, throw some French fries in there. So I had some French fries. I was bad. I had some French fries. So yeah, I got a deal on bagels. I think it was because I look good, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. So Zephyr Canine, my girl, my ride or die over there. I love Zephyr Canine. Zephyr Canine, if we grew up together, if we were friends in our 20s, we would have gotten into a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Oh, New York bagel. Yes. New Jersey bagels are good too. We have some good bagel stuff down here because so many people moved down from New York. And so they kind of brought their businesses with them. It's pretty cool. So, all right. Nick Shirley. Is Nick Shirley Judgment? Star in reverse. I don't know. 6 of Pentacles. I don't think so. 5 of Pentacles. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people that rally around Nick Shirley. I think, and I always talk about this, the scene in Dusk Till Dawn where Harvey Keitel is turning into the vampire and all the other vampires are around him. And then they start backing up. They just kind of gently back off him because he's changing into one of them. I think that a lot of people are going to back off Nick Shirley. I don't think he's going to have a lot of support. What can he do? 6 of Swords. He's got to find a rescue there. 8 of Cups. That's another rescue card. 9 of Swords. And the Tower card. Something will come up for him. That Tower card is something externally that is going to kind of put him on the right course. Zeph, I know. Oh, it's 444. Thank you, Merk. 444. So, perhaps Elon Musk. Let's see if it's Elon. We'll leave that. Look at that aspect. Look at that aspect. Every time someone says angel numbers, all I can think about is Angel Eyes, the song. And then for some reason, it takes me to Patrick Swayze. Like, I have no idea why. Hi, Debs. Hi, honey bunny. So is it going to be Elon Musk that gives him a hand? 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and Queen of Cups. I think perhaps because Elon Musk is one of those guys who's like, I'm sick of this ish. I'm sick of all this nonsense. Oh my God, 7 Spanish Angels. Ray Charles, Willie Nelson is one of my favorite songs, Zeph. Like sisters, we're sisters. We absolutely are. Oh, Jeff Healey, Angel Eyes. He just passed away not too long ago. He just passed away. So I'm probably within the last 10 years, but sad. I was very sorry to hear that. Really was a tremendous musician. So Yeah, he was blind. Yeah, totally. And you know, to learn how to play like that. I mean, it does when you have an impairment like that, it does increase your other abilities. So,
Daredevil.
what's that?
Daredevil.
In Daredevil? Oh, Daredevil was blind? I don't know
Yeah, he's
anything about
blind,
this
but
soup.
his other senses.
I don't know
over.
anything about superhero
But
movies.
he like got blinded by toxic waste, which turned him into like a super hearing, super strength, super ability.
And Greg thinks of the depiction, the Bible depiction. Did you see all there was like a whole, I don't know if it was Pinterest or not. Somebody did a whole series of pictures of the depiction of angels on top of Christmas trees. They're wild. They were wild. Did you see it? I'll have to find it for you.
I think I've seen it, but I can also imagine it.
Oh, Penny Jonas in the arms of an angel. We sing that every time our dog is begging food. I'm calling Sarah McLachlan, our old dog Bruno that passed away. He had Sarah McLachlan on speed dial.
Right, he used to make his lip tremble. Right?
What's that?
He used to make his lip tremble when he was hungry.
Greg said his lip would tremble. I had a Rottweiler named Bandit who would suck in his cheeks. He'd like suck in his cheeks when he was hungry and wanted some food. I was like, oh, look at you. So cute. I remind you of Sarah McLachlan Denise. I wish I could sing like her. I can't sing like her. I am a true alto. I am not a soprano. Surprisingly, my daughter is a soprano. She's amazing. So, what else can we see about Nick Shirley? Page of Pentacles. He's starting an avalanche. Chariot card. Ace of Pentacles. He is starting. You know, I always say, like, I come into people's chat and we throw Greg and I throw the couch cushions all over the place. We create a ruckus. And I think that this is going to create a ruckus. I think we are going to say, I know, no, it's fine, Zeph. We're having fun. I'm going to be here. You know, I'm going to stay just for about an hour. So, you know, it's a landslide. Yeah, I think he's going to start quite the kerfuffle. So we'll keep our eyes on that. I know that that's a topic that you wanted to keep an eye on. Nurk, where are you, Nurk? Are you here? I'm going to switch up the decks. We're going to go back to a traditional tarot deck. There we go. Oh, I'm hitting. Hi, everybody. Give Nurk a howdy do. Welcome, Nurk. This is a really, really fun community. So buckle up. You like to have some fun. You like to get goofy. But it's all good things. So thanks, Greg. Nerd Gregopedia is my husband, and he's right next to me, and he's got a smart mouth sometimes. Got a smart mouth.
Got into a few fights together.
So, all right, Nurk, what will I have potential for a relationship? Let's see. Transformation. Don't worry about the death card. So, Nurk, the death card in tarot is about change, inevitable change. So, there's a lot of things that are very interesting on the death card. I just want to bring it up a little bit closer. So, you noticed that the wind is at death's back because the flag is flowing in the right direction. But if you look, the feather on his helmet is blowing in the other direction. So what does that tell us? That tells us that no matter which way the wind blows, no matter which way we push things, that death is inevitable. Death card is about inevitable change and evolution. So for you, potential in relationship for the coming year is dependent on your evolution. So what do we need to, Nine of Cups, Judgment card in reverse, and Page of Wands. I am going to say that your potential for relationship is high here. You are going to have some very interesting potential partners drift past you. So last night I was talking to a client about the energetic algorithm. So what is an energetic algorithm? That is very much like the digital algorithm. If we set intention, if we set up manifestation of a partner, a job, or anything like that, we have to change our perspective so that those highways of energy will flow toward us. You're in the process of doing it now. You've already done it. One of the things that I tell people to do is craft a wish list for your partner. Create the avatar of your ideal partner. Write it down, draw a picture. You can actually make like a little schematic and say blue eyes, blonde hair, dark hair, tattoos from the waist up, whatever it is. Like, create the avatar of the person that you want, not just physically, but what they do. Maybe you really, I'm terrible at math. I really wanted Greg to be good at math, and he's okay at math. He's not a mathematician.
Sorry.
But sorry.
I'm so sorry.
All that Asian blood in you.
Really? Like, you got all this, and all you complain about is I don't do this.
Oh, you have gifts. So I'm just taking the piss out of my husband. He is wonderful. But in that avatar, and this, for anyone who has businesses or anything like that, creating your customer avatar is really important because it does show how to get to those people. So for you, Nurk, create your avatar of your perfect partner and write it down. Like I said, draw a picture, because what happens when we think it, when we write it down or create something physical, it brings it into our world. It brings us into a physical manifestation. So I think that is really important, because if we don't set the goal for what is our heart's desire and our wish come true, because the Nine of Cups is the wish card. That's what it's called in traditional tarot. And, some of the old school tarot readers, they say, oh, touch the deck, knock on the deck and make a wish. And if the wish card comes up, you get your wish. I don't do that. I don't know why. It's just not a practice that I ever really did. But I do get excited when the wish card shows up. I do get excited. Ooh, wish card. So this is your wish comes true. You have to set the pace for it. If you don't get I can't say it. If you don't set up what the end game is, if you don't create the goal, your partner avatar, your judgment will be off and you're going to be led by lust. So lust is not a bad thing, but when we're looking for long-term partners, we don't want to look for the chemicals that perpetuate the species. We want to look for someone who we can grow old with, who we can take the piss out of while we're doing a live on YouTube. We want to look for those partners that, aren't shiny and new necessarily, because at some point they're not going to be shiny and new. One of the things about Greg and I, like we're both very humor-based people, and I'll speak on my behalf. I don't know if it's on yours, but Greg is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my whole life. He's hilarious. He's very, very funny. Sometimes a little too funny. But Greg has said the same things about me when he was and he is dreamy to look at. I'm not going to say you're a fox like Meghan Markle did. He's tall, dark, and handsome. But Greg was at work one night. So Nurk, if you're new here, my husband just retired from being a police officer, 25 years of police service. And he worked the overnight. And so he was cracking up one night on the phone with me. And one of the guys came up and pulled up next to his car and was like, hey, he got off the phone with me and goes, who are you laughing at? And he goes, oh, it's my wife. She's hilarious. And he was like, really? Like, my wife's not funny. And Greg was like, well, your wife sucks. Oh, everyone's looking for topless Greg.
Oh, I don't think I'm on.
Don't go topless.
You know who's anymore. So.
Yeah, don't go topless. So I want you, Nurk, to be aware of those chemicals that make people attractive to us for the perpetuation of the species. We don't want to go with some actual energy here. We want to go for what kind of person are you going to be sitting on the porch with later on? Who is going to, when I'm 64, will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Hornbag, Dave. So Nurk, welcome to the club. I hope you'll come back. I have a little bit of a different schedule going into the new year, but it should be very interesting. We should have some fun. So so thank you for your contribution. Christine, I'm throwing you this freebie. This is paid readings tonight, but Christine, you're always here. So how will the northeast of England fare under Starmer's government? And will it get better once reform? Oh, that's an assumption that reform is going to get in. And I know Starmer is talking about not doing the general election too. So they're talking about not having the general election. Nurk, you are very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to have a lot of fun over here in 2026. A lot of fun stuff. So how will the northeast of England fare? Let's look at that in 2026. Three of Cups in reverse. So Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Unfortunately, and I don't want to be a doom and gloomer here, Christine, but I think that continued turned blind eye to bad behavior by recent guests, you guys know what I'm talking about, in the country, I think continued bad behavior is not going to be addressed into 2026. Will we see any change for this? The Moon in reverse, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Give me one more, baby doll. And we got the World in reverse. I do think that the pressure cooker that is England, I think the pressure cooker is going to become undeniable. The majority numbers of people that are displeased, displaced, and disgusted is going to become overwhelming. This World card in reverse is that change is no longer tolerated. Enough change has been made. Enough change. So, the presumption on the part of the UK government, and I'm not speaking bad about any particular individual in the UK government, in case anyone's listening. The presumption is that the citizens need to move over and make space, get comfortable, make others comfortable. And I think that they are really going to refuse to do this moving forward. The poor veterans, the poor seniors that are in the United Kingdom, with the I know the heating issue. There was an issue with heating. What was it, like a stipend or a discount or something on the heating? It's really just enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I think that the majority is going to be very, very loud about this. The PR currently is, lots of people want this, but the election, what was it? Only 30% showed up or 35% showed up for the election. So I do think that those voices are going to get very loud. Are we going to see that general election? Are we going to see that general election? Is that going to happen? I think that that's an important thing to look at. Do we get the general election for the United Kingdom? World in reverse. 10 of Wands, too much to bear. Hermit in reverse. 10 of Swords. What's the outcome? Outcome is salvation. Outcome is salvation. Love it. Going out of those rocky waters. Maybe those small boats are headed back to France. Maybe George Clooney can deal with them because he is now a French citizen. I don't know if you guys knew that, which I'm very confused about that because George Clooney has a house in Italy. So go figure. The world in reverse is stopping the course of action that's happening now, moving toward this conglomerate state. I'm going to call it that. The 10 of Wands is it's too much to bear. The Hermit in reverse is that not enough people actually know what's really going on. And I think that that's more so the world at large. I think there will be some quarters, prediction here, there will be some quarters of the world and some world leaders that are really starting to look at the citizenry of the United Kingdom as in peril and needing to be saved. Now, does that mean that, other foreign countries are going to come and go into United Kingdom and go, we're taking over because you guys are making a mess out of this? I don't think so. I think the voices and the support is within the United Kingdom at this point. But I do think that some of the foreign voices are going to have an opinion. And I do think that Putin's going to be one of these. I think Putin is going to be very, very critical of the treatment of the British citizens, that they are just being bandied about and they are being told to sit down and take it. And all the while they're having more and more taken from them. So I do think that we're going to see some very interesting. I know Trump's going to be outspoken on it. There are going to be people. I do think that there's been a lot of emigration out of the United Kingdom, and perhaps people that are buying properties in other places. Maybe Gibraltar, maybe Spain, those kinds of, I think they are going and living abroad a little bit more, maybe in Commonwealth countries. Canada seems to be catching a lot of people moving out of the United Kingdom. Psychically, I'm getting that. And I'm sorry, I just got my teeth cleaned. I'm drooling a little bit. Not because I'm numb or anything, just because my teeth are super clean. So I do think that there is going to be a come to Jesus moment for the United Kingdom. But right now I'm saying general election goes through. We're going to get more people there, and the world at large is going to find out more about what's actually happening on the ground there. So, but we're with you, Christine. We are absolutely with you. Your rebel rousing cousins over here in the United States, we hear it. We hear what's going on. Thank you for your question. Dave Murphy, I am going to pull out for your lovely daughter. And I think this is going to be my last question, guys, because I think you
had a few super chat questions.
No, I think I got them all.
No, there's one more. There's Violet.
Oh, Violetta. I'm sorry. So there's Dave and then Violetta. Thank you for. I didn't scroll far enough down. So Violetta, it is cold here today. Violetta is not far from me, and it is freaking cold. Let me see what our current temp is. Currently, we are just at 30. We're going down to 25. Thursday night, we're going down to 19 Fahrenheit. All right. Oh, get off my screen. There we go. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, my screen just got really small. I'm going to bring up my comments again. There we go. All right, 19 in Wisconsin. Ooh. Penny, darling, that is cold. All right, so just let me do that. See if I can make this big again. All right, now I can see again. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Everything got really small. So all right, we're going back to the Housewives Tarot. Oh, should I do Housewives Tarot? I had the cute tarot. I should have busted that out for sweet Ava. Let me see. Right here? Yes, here we go. I can see all obstacles in my way. So one thing, Dave, she's going to grow a lot this year. So I don't know if the doctor is saying that she's done growing. She's going to grow a little bit more, like 3 to 5 inches or something. Like she's going to grow a bit more. Chariot in reverse. Knight of Wands. This is the Knight of Swords. The Moon and Page of Wands. So, and then 9 of Wands. So I do think the 9 of Wands in reverse is really good because that means she's going to be opening up a lot more. She's going to be, you know, a little bit more communicative is what I want to say. But, and the Moon here is, you know, concealment, keeping things quiet. Oh, she's going through a growth spurt now. Yeah, she's going to be taller than they expected. I think she's going to be a little bit taller than they expected. You know, very, very thin though. She's going to be very thin and tall. So, good for her. Put her in modeling. No, don't do that. It's a crazy world. So the Chariot in reverse, and this is a weird time for kids. And I know with my kids, I feel like they have been detained or retained for about 2 years because of COVID. So socially, you know, growing up, they just didn't move at the same rate as say other kids did in years prior, like my nieces and nephews. So I think probably the same with yours. Your kids, you know, they were part of the whole COVID generation where they had to kind of stay behind. And she's in that weird spot. She's not turning into a werewolf. Oh, use her as an avatar for your book, though. Should add her in there. So she's in that spot where she feels like she's being babied, but she doesn't feel really grown up. It's like that weird kind of period where, yeah, and Angus is going through it right now. Like, you know, now that he got his new car, he's like, I don't have to tell you where I'm going. I'm like, you're underage. You do have to tell me where you're going. Like, what are you, out of your mind? He's like, oh, I'm my own man now because he's got his own car. I'm like, all right, pay for your own stuff then. He's like, wait, you're not taking my allowance away? I thought you were your own man. Like, what's going on here? So I think that she is between those two spots. And one of the things that's going on here is she doesn't know where she wants to go when she's grown up. And that's kind of like, she knows that she should be thinking about it because there are things that she can do now, but she feels like too young. And I remember this phase of life where it was like, oh, I'm too young to do anything. Like, I can't drive. I can't vote. I can't buy cigarettes. Well, I always bought cigarettes, but, I can't do all these things, but, everyone's expecting responsibility out of me and I'm supposed to figure out the rest of my life, like in the next 2 years. So, that I think is what's going on. She's kind of, I don't want to say she's spinning in space, but she's kind of suspended in space, not like with Vecna holding her. Stranger Things. If you guys aren't watching it, oh my God, so good. So midnight tonight. Oh, I just spit all the way across the room. Sorry, guys. I just totally spit. Midnight tonight. The next one is coming out, so we should watch it at midnight. The finality. The finality? I can't talk at all today. Pythagorean.
What? Not even close. No, you got all the letters.
How do I say it?
Pythagorean.
Pythagorean.
How can you not remember?
Pythagorean. I don't know. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. Pythagorean. 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 I can't say it. I'm sorry, guys. So the 9 of Wands says that she is going to be more open. That Page of Wands in reverse is I really don't know where I fit into this puzzle. This is growing pains. This is easy for her, though. She's got a lot of ideas and great communication skills. That's our little Knight of Swords there. So that is really in her favor. And truly, I think that she's going to start to talk to you more. There's a maturity that will show up periodically. Remember, maturity is not like you wake up one day and you're grown up and you have a beard. She's kind of going through the cycles of, like, sometimes I feel mature. Sometimes I want to dress like this. Sometimes I want to wear makeup. And sometimes I want to go and play with dolls in my room. I remember I was still playing with my Barbies like in middle school, and not a lot of my friends were. And I was like, I got to keep this a secret. But I loved it. She was so glamorous and fantastic. I just loved it. And I think if she wants to cling on to a bit of childhood now, that's okay. And if she wants to practice being grown up safely, that's okay too. You establish the guardrails for her practicing being an adult. So, that doesn't mean like she goes out dressed up like Madonna, 1985. I did that. But I think that she's at that, and Zeph said it before, the tween age, where she's kind of between being a kid and being a grown up. And there is a lot of shame that's attached to, being babyish, playing with dolls, those kinds of, and I think more so now, because like I look at some of these like 10, 12-year-olds, and they're doing a full face of makeup, like more makeup than I even do now, like heaven forbid. I did see this TikTok on 25-step facial care. I don't do 25-step facial care. Are you kidding me? It was like this chin strap and things stuck on your face all night long. And then you get up and you rinse it off and you're putting this on. You've got 27 serums. First of all, who's bankrolling that? Because I'm not bankrolling 25 products. I actually use 3 products on my face in the morning. I wash my face. I do my moisturizer. I have an eye cream, and I mix almond oil and castor oil into them. And that's it. Like, I don't do anything else. I don't know if you need to do all that, but I mean, it goes along with, there's so many celebrities that are getting facelifts in their 40s and late 30s now. I think that there's this acceleration that, some people want to achieve filter quality, and I use a filter on here, guys. Like I'm not gonna, I have great lighting. And I use a filter, like, I'm almost 55 years old. I have wrinkles, I do. I have discoloration. I'm not worried about that. But, I think your girl here, Dave, I think she's coming along just fine. I think this is normal. I'm going to say that. I think it's normal. And I think, everybody wants to stay daddy's little girl. She can be daddy's little girl when she's 50. I am. So, geek culture. Oh, has a girl. I thought it said Greek culture. I'm like, why Greek culture? What do they have to do with Legos? Aren't Legos from like the Nordic states?
Legos use a lot of Pythagorean theorems to get their
I am going to throw a Lego at you. Dave, thank you for your other contribution. I really appreciate it. Fantastic. You are such a good friend. So let me get down to the bottom. Violetta, it is great to see you, my friend. And let's look at January. And this is going to be my official last question. Everybody, thank you for spending this time with me. I am hoping to see this space grow with more people. We got Nurk in here. Nurk was new. New Nurk. Woo! I can't shuffle this deck. What is going on with me? What is going on? What's going on? Sing it, Greg. What's going on? Squidward. No? He's not singing. Tweens and teens are all into Korean skin care. Here too. It's crazy. My son knew what NARS was. I'm like, why do you know what NARS is? He got me a beautiful NARS blush last Christmas. And I was like, why do you know this? And he was like, oh, all the girls know it. Hi, Rob.
I'm not saying anything from him, but he did want to dress as a fireman, and he was looking through your makeup.
Why did we have to do his makeup? Oh, for his alternate costume. Rob, drop your link. Guys, my friend Rob is a rhyming and a stealing. No, he is, again, a ride or die. He's one of my Three of Cups tribe. I've known him forever. And Rob's got an amazing channel where he does a lot of Disney stuff on there. Drop that link, Rob. We've got Denise Burnside in here, who her channel just gained, get this, like 7,000 subscribers, like over a week and a half. Unbelievable. Denise is growing by leaps and bounds. And Cindy Dogwood, we are going to be promoting her channel for the month of January. We're going to be getting Cindy up to speed. We want her over 1,000. But Violetta, let's see how your January is going to be. What's the theme of your January? The Devil in Reverse. Love this. So this is declutter energy. This is letting stuff out. One of the practices that we do in my family when midnight strikes, open the front door to let in the new year, open up the back door and let out the old year. Let it out, let it go. So this is really about decluttering your life, picking the very best fruit off the tree of 2026. And 10 of Pentacles. Violetta, are you thinking about picking up roots and moving? Are you thinking about leaving New Jersey? I mean, I know it's wildly expensive here. Because this says picking up roots and kind of moving in another direction. Oh, Zeph, thanks for dropping Rob's link. Thank you. Rob, what are you up to now? What's your head count over there? So this feels very
31K, 31.4K.
31,000. That's awesome, Rob. Look at you go. Congratulations, my man. That is super duper. So super duper in the future, but not yet. So Violetta, this is already in play energetically. Remember I was talking about the energetic algorithm that's out there. This is already in play for you. 5 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. The landing is not set yet. And I want you to be a little bit careful about that, because if you have been thinking about it, you're almost kind of prepping the moving energy, but not the landing energy. So like I said before to Nurk, sometimes we have to create the avatar of where we want to live. Now that was something that I did. Oh, and I don't know what I did with it. I was managing an Allstate office, insurance, and the owner was this amazing guy. I really like him. His first name was Joji, and he was from California. And so he was a little woo-woo, he had some fun ideas. And he said he wanted a multicultural office. Everybody spoke, multiple or different languages. And when he hired me, he was like, oh, you speak Russian. That's great. And then after I was hired, he goes, you're going to be our Russian gal. So I'm going to give you all the Russian clients. I was like, wait. I speak like family Russian. I don't speak insurance. I have no idea how to say policy. I don't know how to say deductible. He goes, she'll learn. Don't worry about it. He was unbelievable. He's such a great guy. So Joji and the Pussycats, you liked Joji too. He was great. He loved you.
I like you.
So Joji, Greg and I started dating when I was working for Joji. And I said, my friend Greg is police officer. He's going to stop by in a few minutes. Is that okay? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. He was like, I don't care if the cops come in and hang out, keeps us safe. I was like, oh, that's great. So Greg would come in all the time. And he was really, really a super guy. He said, I want you guys to do vision boards. And so, of course, I go home and I get all these art supplies. I make this vision board on a piece of canvas, and I bring it in. It's like over the top, and like other people like had like something they drew. Yeah, there was a lot of young people in there. And the weird thing was that me and the kids were displaced from Hurricane Sandy, and our house had gotten flooded. My ex stayed with the house, and we broke up, and I moved in with my parents. So we found a condo. We found probably the last rental in New Jersey, and I moved in there. And so when I started working for Joji, I said the one thing that I want to see come out of this job is I want to get a new home. I want to put my kids in a home. We had left our dog with their dad, and she was a little Chiweenie, and my bulldog had sadly passed away during the storm, or after the storm, I should say. He had a heart attack after the storm, after Hurricane Sandy. And so I wanted to get a cat. I wanted to get a dog. The condo I was in, I wasn't allowed to have a dog. And so I really, really just wanted that. And so the vision board that I created has an image of a house that looks just like this house that we bought. The difference in time was about 3 years. And so you never know, like, when you are manifesting what you're doing. So what I would do if I were you, Violetta, long story, I think I would start to daydream or window shop, energetically window shop, where you want that landing point to be, what you want your life to be like. And I tell my my tarot students when they don't know, like what direction they want to go in, I take them through a process of like coming home in their car. They get out of their car, they're walking up. What does the walkway look like? What do the flowers look like? What's the door look like? Do that with yourself. Just take a few minutes, take a deep breath, get yourself into a meditative state, and start to look at what the possibilities are now. And then that's the energetic algorithm that you're on right now. So you just kind of remote view, if you will, where you'll wind up based on the energy now. And then you can go, you know what? That's not what I want. I don't want to live in a, 2-bedroom, 2-story house. I want to live in a high-rise steel and glass condo down in Miami. Like, you may change the way that you perceive your next move. We can craft that. We are the, what does Willy Wonka say? I spit again.
We are the music makers.
We are the music makers.
We are the dreamers of the dream.
We are the dreamers of the dream. So, we can actually create a future for ourselves. And I think that is one of the amazing things that, we are all capable of doing. I tell people we are all psychic. Some of us are just better at it than others, but all of us know when things feel right. All of us know when things feel wrong. And we can kind of direct the energetic traffic in our world. So I think clearing up that energetic confusion for you is step 1 for January. Because I just feel like it's almost like you have a leak under your sink and we can't figure out where the water pressure is going. So if you redirect that energy, Hierophant, you become the captain. You become the person who can move things into another direction. And you'll be able to stop the momentum of getting to a new location now. Because that's really what we don't want to do. We don't want to pick up our roots and not have a landing place. We don't want to stay in a hotel. We don't want to stay in a rental. So, Gregory. So let's redirect that. January, I think, is about just kind of shifting where your intention goes, because believe it or not, your intention is going toward exiting the state. But taxes here in New Jersey, we're all shifting toward exiting the state. So I hope that helps you, Violetta. I do think that January will be kind of an audit month for you, an energetic audit month where you figure out where the best placement for your energy is going to be. So, guys, what do we think about the reading room, this new reading room process? How are we feeling about it? This way I'm not just doing like quick and dirty readings. I kind of wanted to do things a little bit. I wanted to put a little bit more meat on the bone for you guys. I'm not going to be doing lives ad nauseum. Penny, I will be on Hypsee immediately after this. So this is kind of the routine. I'll be doing the premieres, then the follow-up with the live, and then going live on Hypsee. And the same thing for this. I think I'm going to do like an hour or so here. And moving forward, this is the beta attempt. So, but I want to get a lot more people in here. I want to get a lot more new faces in here. So I'll be tinkering with the language, the titles, and the tags and all that. So we'll be playing around with that. But at this time, guys, thank you very much for being here. And those of you that are watching on the rewatch or people that are being quiet in the background, I will be live for instant readings on Hypsee. Zeph, thank you so much. For about the next hour or hour and a half. I think I've got a booked reading. I think it's 7:30 on my time. So Dave, 4:00 is Dave time. I'm renaming it Dave time because that is the sweet spot where everybody can get together. With the exception of Gibraltar, because I think it's about 10 o'clock at night. So, this would take them until 11, so on a weeknight, that might be a bit much, but I thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for the compliments. I know I saw Texas Kit Kats that I look especially pretty. My hairdresser, Steven, gave me a lot more blonde, and I'm kind of loving it. And we are letting my hair stay long because it's actually been in really, really good condition. So we're gonna leave it at that and have some fun with it. But if any of you would like instant readings, I will be on Hypsee soon as I get off this. I know I'm going to see Penny D over there, but for the rest of you, I may be back for New Year's Eve. I don't know what my New Year's Eve is going to entail. I know I will be on Hypsee tomorrow. So during the day, I will be on there. I may get up early and go bananas on that. So, and if you'd like a recorded reading, there's recorded reading options on there. And if you like the old school way of booking with me on Calendly, that is still available as well. So thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all in the future.